video, I'm reacting to US versus Europe based on intelligence. Obviously, us Europeans, I'm European, we are a lot smarter than US people, bro. Like, everyone knows this shit. It's not even close. That's not even a close thing. First of all, us Europeans, we speak like 16 languages, and US people, you barely can speak American, let's be honest. And let me see what this video will be about, but I'm guessing that Europe will obviously cook Americans, because you guys, you guys are cooked. I seen other videos and you guys don't even know where the fuck is Africa. You think Africa is a country, my guy, and you think that Asia is a country. You guys are so bad, but let me see US versus Europe. Based on intelligence, let me cook. Let us cook.
If you've been on the internet in the last 2 years, you've probably come across videos like these.
Can you name any country on this map?
Yeah. Africa?
What country did the Vietnam War happen?
I said
Canada. Can you name a country on this map?
Asia or Africa?
That's a
oh
continent.
my fucking, I can't. It's a guy, he's like 40 years old and he still doesn't know. I can't, bro.
So where's Jamaica? Yeah, somewhere around like here.
So what's the deal? Are Americans really the ignorant dum-dums the internet presents them as?
Yes!
Or is this just a case of stereotyping and nitpicking for clout? Well, firstly, I want to make it very clear. I've met many Brits who couldn't name shit about European...
Britain is not Europe, bro. Britain is like, it's European, but it's like not the whole Europe. Stop with this British equals all Europeans.
In American
Disgusting.
or just the world's general history. Same with geography. I'd bargain that most UK citizens couldn't point out North Macedonia on a map. And like, I'd say at least 30% of Europeans don't know what Idaho is. That being said, I won't lie, there is a bit of an American self-glazing problem that leads to them coming across as a bit narrow-minded. And I kind of get it, okay? The other day I was getting some of my tax shit sorted out. Oh my god, man. I get it. I fucking get it, guys. If I was out here paying them Louisiana tax brackets, I would probably dick ride my country as well.
You guys are cooked. You guys are cooked. You need to pay so much for taxes. First thing, funniest thing about America is this. So you break a leg and the ambulance comes. Someone actually called the ambulance. Ambulance come, bro. You're gonna fly, bro. You're not gonna get up. You're gonna fly away from the ambulance because you're not paying for the ambulance, bro. You're not doing like a full loan just to pay for the ambulance to pick you up. That is the craziest shit.
This low tax, high personal spending policy that some American states have kind of means if you're well off, you can go to a good school guaranteed. But if you're poor, you're stuck going to a public school, which might be fine in some states, but like, bruh.
Then you have to attend Louisiana public school, a fate worse than a death. I don't know why like Louisiana, what? Why Louisiana?
You coming to school, you had a huge zit on you. That thing was heavy. Some of them,
I
had acne so bad. One time, I remember having one zit. It was kind of heavy on the side of my face. Like, damn, I couldn't even. I had to have one of my buddies kind of just pull down on my other ear, you know, just to keep my.
Don't diss my boy Theo, bro.
That heavy Z, baby, that big zit, that baked ziti on my side. I was fully Italian. That, you know, that little bust lump, that acne, that.
He's the
and
funniest
obviously
guy
bad public schooling only affects a certain fraction of the American population, but I feel like it's this fraction of America.
Public school against a private school, is it actually a huge difference in America? In Croatia, 95% of people go to public schools. I never in my life even seen how private school looks like, so I can't really speak on private schools in Europe, but here there is no culture of going to private schools. Why would you go to private school in Croatia? Makes zero sense. I'm from Croatia.
Americans that Europeans make fun of, call stupid, and stereotype as the entire country. Those inbred fucking brainless hillbillies running around like animals with their machine guns and freedom. But
I can't. I stop pausing. But British people are a different breed of Europe. That's a whole different island, whole different everything. Don't count them as Europeans. Like, don't count whole Europe only based on a British guy, please.
Let's be real. These people aren't crazy rednecks. They seem pretty normal. Why can none of them tell me where Asia is on a map?
That would be Asia.
No, that's Africa.
Why can none of them seem to grasp the concept of a country?
What country is the Queen of England from?
What is the country again? What is a country? Canada.
Aside from these videos being relatively nitpicked, I think the main reason for Americans' general ignorance about other countries and cultures kind of comes down to how the American media presents the rest of the world to Americans. American film studios can simply make so much more money if they make foreign things seem more familiar to an American audience. I guess it makes it easier to understand and buy into and be...
Bro, they say that Americans have the best burgers or whatever, like that. Bro, Americans think that burger is founded in America 100%. If you ask a random American guy, he would say to you that burgers were founded by Americans 100%.
Invested in, you know? For example, I bet Mamma Mia would have flopped if they had bulky, hairy Greek actors with thick Greek accents as opposed to the chiseled white American Hollywood celebrities they casted. It's set in fucking Greece. Not a word of Greek is spoken in the entire film. I mean, they even dub over all the original songs, which are sung with Swedish accents, with relatable American sounding voices, you know? And surprise, surprise, it became the 6th highest grossing film in the US. If they kept this film Swedish and Greek, they would have sold 0 copies, I'm telling you. This intentional America washing of foreign cultures is all throughout.
Americans are the best consumers of everything online, of any media, of everything, because Americans, they don't go outside for the most part. A lot of Americans, they overconsume everything online, so that's why you have a lot of people that want to, as myself obviously, want to cater to American audiences online. Makes sense. Make a lot of money.
Out Hollywood. Whenever a film is set abroad, the main character still has an American accent. I mean, they even make foreign actors change their voices.
I like American accents.
Even if their American accents are horrible.
What's up with that boy? I heard he was out the game. Where he been at? You got heat?
I guess because it would be so catastrophic for the film studio's revenue if there was a strand of foreign culture in their blockbuster productions. This
American accent is 600 times better than British accent. It's infinitely better because it's like easy to hear. There's not a lot of like pushiness to it as it is for British people. British people, they think they're better than everyone else. They're annoying, they're obnoxious, they're too loud. I fucking care, bro.
Very subtle brainwashing has big consequences for the average American though. For example, less than 40% of them have a valid passport. Partly because if you don't see any value or...
The fuck is calling me now, bro?
We've never been taught anything about foreign cultures. Why would you leave the US? We got every single natural landscape you could ever imagine. We got every goddamn fast food establishment you could ever...
Yeah, we know. Trust me. We know. We can see it, like, you know what I mean?
Dream of! We got every culture here already!
Italians.
We got every historical site and element you could ever fathom! The difference with us Europeans, aside from on average having more well-funded public...
Why always showing Europeans as this guy, as British? So I'm like, bro... Whole Europe is like insanely diverse because there's a lot of different countries and different styles of living in those countries.
Public schools is that we literally need to know about foreign cultures because chances are the weather gets so peak at some point in the year that you need to annually travel to another country briefly just to find your will to live and survive another year. Whereas Americans can just get a flight to the other side of their country. No new language, no new culture, no crazy visa restrictions.
But is that
it's not that easy, you know? If you live in the UK. And this is why British people are so obsessed with going on holiday, because they're all stuck on this cold-ass rainy island and
that because they want to experience some total different culture, which in USA, for the most states, it's always the similar culture.
Humans actually need vitamin D to survive. This means your average Brit at least looks at a map once a year when planning the next lads getaway.
Yo, Croatia! That's me, chat! That's me. It says split. It says split. There, it's me, bro.
Average Brit at least looks at a map once a year when planning the next lads getaway, which is probably more often than some Americans look at a map. Clearly.
What two countries border the U.S.? What's like the country above us and below us?
He's American, by the way.
South America, North America.
That's it. Like, that's the conclusion. As I said, Americans, I love Americans. I talk to a lot of Americans. I love them. But the main issue with them is like, if you have different political stance, the American will hate you if you have a different political stance. Where in Europe, if you have a different political stance, we'll get along. And in America, they will hate you with whole life if you have a different political stance. I don't like it. But US, it has great opportunities for making money. There's a lot of diverse culture, which is in some ways it's good, in some ways it's not good. In Europe, but Europe does have more diverse cultures when it comes to countries, because there's a lot of countries in Europe which are different, but Europeans still have in common something that is like, we are much more, especially in Mediterranean area, Americans don't know where it is, but it doesn't matter, we are much more slower in terms of working. Like, we don't rush working, we do not rush everything, we take our time, we take our coffee, like for 2-3 hours per day, you fucking drinking coffee with your friends, you're not doing shit, the sun is glazing at us, bro, and we're getting like tanned and shit. US is not like that. I think US is like very, very much work and money oriented, because it makes sense. It's a totally capitalistic country, because you have to pay for a medical insurance and stuff, which is insanely high prices. So it puts a lot of pressure on working, which I don't quite enjoy as a European guy. Make sure to send another videos for me to react from US, like content as a European to react to. I like these videos. I like America. I want to go to America, obviously. A lot of people that I have are friends and they are from America. And yeah, make sure to guys to like the video. Make sure to go to my Twitch. There's the chat. And see ya guys in the next YouTube video.